Bangladesh's ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has voiced strong condemnation of a troubling trend of increasing extremism under interim leader Muhammad Yunus. Hasina also flagged a troubling trend of unchallenged judicial leniency toward individuals convicted of war crimes during her tenure. In a virtual message, the Awami League leader warned that the country is turning into a haven for terrorists. Hasina said, under Yunus, war criminals are being freed, and those who fought for Bangladesh's independence from West Pakistan's rule in 1971 are being persecuted. Hasina's comment on the release of supposed war criminals came after the Supreme Court released Jamaat-e-Islami leader Azhar-ul Islam earlier this week. The hardline extremist was sentenced to death in 2014 by an international crimes tribunal on charges of genocide, murder and rape during 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War. While Sheikh Hasina's remarks underscore the fears of rising extremism, her rival Khaleda Zia paints a slightly different picture. The Bangladesh Nationalist Party, or the BNP leader, who returned to Dhaka earlier this month, delivered a message focused on the decline of democracy in Bangladesh. The BNP leader did not mention the rising extremism under Yunus's watch, but was quick to add that Bangladesh's democracy and sovereignty are under threat. The ailing BNP leader, whose party's top leaders remain in exile, hoped that Bangladesh will soon witness the restoration of democracy. Khaleda Zia's call for restoration of democracy in Bangladesh comes as the interim leader, Muhammad Yunus, continues to extend the deadline for the national election to June of 2026. The proposed schedule is opposed by most Bangladeshi political parties, including the BNP, who call for elections by or before December of this year. Now, earlier this week, Yunus bluntly blamed Bangladeshi politicians for being impatient. Yunus suggested the elections can only happen after lengthy reforms are completed, a process that has shown little progress under his watch. When Yunus took power in August of 2024, he promised sweeping reforms in electoral law, women's rights, and public administration. But 10 months later, what has emerged instead is a resurgence of hardline Islamist influence in a country that is officially secular. Furthermore, the release of once convicted war criminals has also raised alarms. Now, the political crisis in Bangladesh is deepening, with ousted former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina sounding the alarm on extremism and opposition leaders on the streets for democracy's survival. With hardline forces gaining ground, the road ahead toward democracy looks uncertain.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karj mo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Skali radikali.
Japanese,
4 trilhão以上mo.
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.